Hello, and welcome to this week's Rogue Deck of the Week showcase. And this week, we are featuring Umbreon EX. So the reason why we picked Umbreon this week for the showcase is that our episode is all about resource management, or ways that we can utilize the resources in the many piles of our deck and keep recycling and being able to go and do our main concept, our main focus of our win condition. And I think Umbreon EX provides a very good way of utilizing a lot of the piles, either the deck, our hand, the board, and even the discard pile, and making us achieve our goal of winning the game. So as we mentioned, Umbreon is our main attacker. It is a stage 1 darkness type Pokemon with 280 HP. Has 2 attacks. The first one for a darkness and 2 colorless energy is Moon Mirage for 160, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then the second attack is for a lightning, psychic, and darkness called Onyx, and it reads discard all energy from this Pokemon and you take a prize card. So with this, we paired it up with Blissey EX. We've mentioned this in previous episodes. Just as a reminder, it is a stage 1 colorless Pokemon, HP at 300. It's a nice tanky Pokemon for us. And it has the Happy Switch ability. Once during your turn, you may move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. With the return attack for 3 colorless energy for 180, you draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. So with those 2 Pokemon in our deck, we wanted to utilize a lot of different ways of managing our resources and getting the most out of our attacks. So as we mentioned, the Umbreon EX, if we want to use the Onyx ability, we have to discard those energy. Well, you may be asking, well, if I'm discarding these energies, and they're not easy energies to put into play as well, like, isn't that limiting what I can do the next turn? Well, that's why we have the Blissey involved, because we paired up with cards like Glass Trumpet, where you can only use if you have a Tera Pokemon in play, which Umbreon EX is a Tera. And we also have one Eevee EX, which is a Tera Pokemon as well. And then you can choose 2 of your bench colorless Pokemon and attach a basic energy card to them from the discard pile. So the idea is to use the Onyx attack and then use the Glass Trumpet, which we play 3 of, to attach energy to the Blissey, which is a colorless Pokemon, and then use Happy Switch to put it back on the Umbreon EX, and kind of repeat that cycle for a couple times where we can get our prizes. And we can still attack in this deck, so we can get 2-3 prize cards from just the normal way of attacking, and then utilize this Onyx loop to get the others if we have to. Another way to get energy into play is using the Powerglass tool. Powerglass reads, at the end of your turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to it. So it's another way to get energy into play once we discard it. So that is our loop. We have a 2/2 Bibarel in here just for draw, help out when we can't use the return attack with Blissey. Ways to get cards into play or get energy into play, we do play Dark Patch, to where we can attach basic darkness energy to our bench darkness Pokemon. In this case, it will be the Umbreon EX. We do play Crispin, which is honestly a Tera's favorite card in the deck, and we can attach 2 energy that are 1 energy directly and put 1 in our hand, which then we can use for a manual attachment. So we can easily get 3 energy, if not more, into play. And then the ace spec of choice for this deck, I went with Max Rod. The reason why I went with Max Rod, because you have the chance of getting knocked out very easily. 280 is a decent amount of HP, but in this format, there's so many ways to get knocked out. And if they play a grass type Pokemon, we're definitely getting knocked out with the Umbreon. So this is a way for us to get the Pokemon recovery that we need, and also some energy in hand if we need the manual attachment. For energy, we play Dark, Lightning, and Psychic. We're not playing any double turbo in this build like we did in the past. But yeah, this is a nice way to learn and practice with resource management. We have a way to get our board set up with Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We have Tera Orb to get our Tera Pokemon out. We do have Nest Ball, a couple Ultra Ball to get our tools. We have Town Store with Arven to help get us what we need. So theoretically, this is a very consistent deck, a very recycle forward deck, and helping us to utilize every possible way of using all 60 cards as much as we can in this list. So we'll go ahead and look at some of our battles with people online and see what we can do to utilize and practice our resource management with Umbreon EX. Alright, we're heading into this game with Umbreon VMAX, or not VMAX, sorry, Umbreon EX. If those remember the Umbreon VMAX back in the day, I actually played it with Duraludon VMAX. It was a nice pivot option. Reminds me of what the new double will be in Journeys Together, so I'm excited for that card. But let's talk about this match. So our opponent is going first. So we start off with an Eevee. Luckily, it's not this 60 HP Eevee. I didn't put the boosted evolution one in here. I think if I did, it's only one. So they got a mulligan. So some sort of fire deck with Buddy Poffin. I'm thinking Charizard, but they do have a bravery charm. So I'm interested to see what this deck is. So we'll take our mulligan. We have a Chansey. So we'll hold off on the Chansey. I don't think we'll get donked. They start with Bidoof, so we're not going to get item lock because they're going first. So this is actually a pretty decent hand. Wait, Coco. So they're playing with a Skeleturge. I'm assuming the Tera one where they can do more damage. So if we can get that out of play before it evolves up, that would be great. So we're going to play our Chansey with the lucky bonus ability. What should we do here? We do Colorful Catch. We can get our energy in hand. We do Arven. I'm going to do Arven because I want to get our board set up. Look for that Buddy Poffin. So we get Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Do we want to get tools yet? And we'll get the tool just to thin out our deck. So we'll get our board set up. So in our hand we have a Bibarel, Umbreon. So I'm interested. I'm trying to think. We'll definitely get Bidoof. I want to get the boosted evolution. We do play one. I know I said we didn't, but I forgot we did play one. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attach to our active Eevee. I'm going to retreat into our boosted evolution. And we can evolve it. And since we have the Powerglass on there, at the end of our turn, we can start getting energy on here. So, trying to think through what else we need. Don't want to really give up anything else. We could Ultra Ball, but we can wait till our next turn. So I am just going to end our turn. And because that Powerglass, we got one energy already on our Umbreon EX. So if we get, say, a Crispin next turn, we can power this up and attack. So they're most likely going to item lock us. Okay, so they're Ioning. us, so let's see what our hand is. So we got the Bibarel, that's good. We got a Nest Ball, but we're probably going to get item locked, so our items... Yeah, so we got item locked. We're weak to grass, so that's why it does 20 instead of 10. Crispin, oh, this is perfect. So we will evolve into Bidoof. I'm going to play down the Eevee, because then we can try to draw a little bit. So, what we're going to do, we're going to play the Crispin. So we have Psychic in play, so we need to grab a Lightning and a Darkness Energy. We'll put the Lightning in hand. Attach the Darkness to our Umbreon. And then we'll attach the Lightning, and we're all powered up, do whatever we need. And I want to preemptively put the Fezandipiti, just in case we get knocked out, and that way I can draw another card, so we get 2 instead of 1 on the incisors. Okay, so we have a pretty decent hand next turn. So we're going to hit for Moon Mirage, because we're going to get an item card anyway, so we don't want to lose these energies just yet. Okay, let's see what we get off our prizes. Glass Trumpet, that's awesome, because we have not 1 but 2 Tera Pokemon in play. We can Glass Trumpet onto our Chansey if we can get any energy into this card. So we can try to get an Ultra Ball next turn to pull that off with the Arven. Maybe even just draw into the Ultra Ball, but they have a Bidoof in play. So this is the new, I guess, is an attack in Bidoof deck, but they can do 100 damage if they have enough of the Skeldurge in play. So they're going to retreat, bring the Bidoof back, so we're not going to be able to play any more items. Oh no, they're just attacking us. That's interesting. That gives us access to using our items. I don't think they realized that. They probably did, but... because if we attack, they can retreat into there. Or we can just take an item card. So what we're going to do... we're going to play Arven. We're going to get the Ultra Ball. And our another Powerglass. And then I would like to Ultra Ball away our energy, because we can then now use Glass Trumpet. We'll grab our Blissey. Evolve our Blissey. And then we'll put Powerglass on the Eevee. Now we're going to Glass Trumpet onto Blissey, Eevee, spread that energy out just in case. And then we're going to draw incisors. So far our resource management, we're keeping what we're using and we're recycling it really, really well. And then we can either discard the energy just to grab a prize, but we don't really have a nice way of getting the energy back in play just yet. I'm tempted just to play it safe for now. So let's see, we're gonna do that. We're gonna play it safe. We're just gonna hit due to confusion, even though I know they're not, they can retreat from this, but we're making them use resources. We can get that KO later on, because we do play the boss's orders. And we don't, yes, we have Nest Ball in hand, but our bench is full. They're not taking a knockout. So the Nest Balls aren't really important right now. We just have a nice solid board state. So we are going to get item locked, it looks like. So they're not going to knock us out. Almost though. Oh wait, they did. Never mind, I forgot. Weakness. So let's see. I can either promote the Eevee or I can promote the Chansey. So I want to do the Chansey. It has a little bit more HP on there. So we can actually, so what we're going to do, we're going to flip the script, and we have a chance to attack with that Blissey this turn. Oh, even with the Crispin, that's awesome. So Skeletor has 170. We're doing 180, so we can knock that out, get 2 more prizes, and kind of put them on the back foot here. So I want to play Town Store. I'm actually going to get that last Powerglass and put that on the Blissey and try and get some more energy in play. I'm going to play another Chansey. Hopefully we can get a Blissey sometime soon. So we can either take this out and slow them down and try and get them, have them get another Bidoof out, or we can attack and get that Skeletor. So we have a couple choices here. I am going to actually boss that, get the prizes. So we're going to attach for turn, and then we're going to happy switch. Do this. So we have nothing else we can do, and then we're just going to return. We'll draw some cards as well. So we're going to draw some cards. So we get an Arven for next turn. That's perfect. And then we'll get 2 prizes off of that. So our prizes are going to be Umbreon and Blissey. That's perfect. That puts us in another situation, and then we can get another card into the board. I chose a Psychic Energy. If we can get a Dark Patch, we can use that, but we're going to get item locked, so as long as we have 1 Dark in play, I probably should have done the second one to be on the safe side, but it looks like they're not going to be able to do the big damage. They don't have any other of the stage 2 out. They have 2 Bidoofs, but they have a 4 card hand, and with them pausing like this, okay, so they'll probably get that big balloon. No, Bravery Charm. So it's going to take us a little bit to knock out something, but okay, so 140. So any one of our Pokemon can hit into that, so I'm not too worried. And then once they evolve that charm is not really going to do much. Okay, so they're going to get the Eevee, but what they don't know is that we have the Crispin that we can do. We're going to have 2 happy switches, so we can do what we want to do. So they item locked us, but we don't need items. We're fine. We're going to evolve that into the Umbreon EX. We're going to evolve our second Blissey. We're going to play... Actually, we're going to evolve both. That way they can't just do an easy knockout on us. So we're going to play the Crispin. We're going to grab Dark and Psychic. Doesn't really matter at this point. We're going to put the Psychic in hand. Put the Dark into play. We're going to manually attach the Psychic. And then we're going to happy switch the Lightning onto Umbreon. So you can see how we're really recycling, we're reusing, we're moving our resources around. And even though we're item locked, this does not impact us because our board gets set up really quick. So we can either take the knockout or we can do the Onyx and put ourselves in a place where we can 2-shot. I'd rather just take the knockout for now because I don't think they're going to be able to 1-shot us. If they do, we have a backup attacker already set to go. So we're going to Moon Mirage, get our prize. So another Blissey. We don't have a Chansey on the board, but now we have resources and we got the Powerglass. So I am going to choose to... I'll get the Darkness Energy out just because we're not going to most likely use the Dark Patch, even though we want to, but having this Powerglass to help recycle our energy, even though we got knocked out, all our energy went back onto the board, so we're in a really great spot right now. Okay, we're getting Iono'd. We got everything we have, or everything we need. Everything's set up. Dark Patch, cool. We're going to get item locked. So as you saw, that Bravery Charm is not a thing anymore because it's only good for basic Pokemon. So they're still only 110 HP. And we only got 30 damage on us. So what we can do is we can happy switch a darkness onto the other Umbreon and get that situated, get that ready to go. And then I want to do another happy switch and move the psychic energy onto there. That way, if we need another energy somewhere, we have two options. So we're going to Industrious Incisor to see what else we got. Okay. We're going to play Town Store, then I probably should have done that first. Oh, we don't have any more anyway, so let's see what's in our deck while we're in here. We got Chansey, Eevee, another Umbreon. We got Boss, Arven, Glass Trumpet. We still have that max route. We haven't even used that yet, and we just have one energy left in deck. So we're not going to get anything. At this point, we're not going to use our items. So we're just going to Moon Mirage, get a prize card. Our goal is to try to get the last one with using Onyx. Take our prize. We got another Dark Energy. We can put that on the Blissey if we want to get that powered up. And then, yeah. So we have the energy on the board, so we can happy switch that onto the other Umbreon and get both Umbreons powered up. Earlier, I played against an item lock deck. They got set up before I could, and it was not fun. But now, we're so far ahead, they're only taking 2 prizes at the absolute most, and we got everything we need. 160. So they think they got us, but they forgot what Onyx does. So we have 1 prize card left. Let's just do it. Let's get our last prize card. Onyx. Discard all our energy and get the last prize card for game. There we go. Took all 6 prizes. We used our energies really well. We used the tool of the Powerglass really well. We weren't able to really show off the resource management of using items because of the Bidoof, but our deck is built to where like we can either use the Powerglass and use the supporters to help us gain our win condition, or if we're not item locked, we have tons of other ways to do that. And I'm glad that this game we were able to utilize how tools and how our Pokemon can help manage our resources well and get us into that win condition. So we'll go on to the next game and see how this deck holds up with another deck, or with another battle. Alright, everyone, we're in for another battle here. Playing our Umbreon EX deck. Opponent's flipping the coin, see where it lands. We got tails, which means we choose. I love going first in this because we are a setup deck. Yes, we could get everything up turn 2 going first, or turn 1 going second, but I like having the setup. Not a lot of decks can really donk us unless we just have a very poor start. So let's see how this deck goes first. So we're going to start with the Eevee EX, which is perfectly fine. We're going against Gardevoir. So I haven't gone against this deck yet. So we'll see how this goes. We are going to Ultra Ball. And we're going to give up energy and... This is a very interesting decision. I want to say Town Store because I want to use what we have. We have 2 Umbreons in hand. I want to get the... I want to get the boosted evolution Eevee. Put that there. It may be a mistake, but I don't think they can attack us going first. We're going to play the Powerglass. I could play the Glass Trumpet, but I'm just going to pass and put that energy on the Eevee EX. That way there's at least one energy in play. I'm a little nervous. We don't really have anything else going for us this turn. We can evolve up and get our Umbreon set up. The cool thing about this matchup is that we're hitting into weakness. So once they get to the Gardevoir EX, if we have our boss in hand, we can one-shot that because they're at 310 HP. So they're playing Mimikyu. That is an issue for us because we are a EX focused deck. We can probably save up one of our Chanseys and just hit into that, get rid of that menace. Yeah, that's probably our best bet to try and get a Chansey out or two Chanseys out and have one as a Blissey, just so we can move energy around, and one as an attacker. And at least as a single prize option as well. We could also just use Onix because we're not going to technically attack. It's attacking, but we are allowed to still use the effects of the attack. Just no damage will go into Mimikyu, and with Onix, we don't do damage. We just discard energy and take a prize. So it looks like they're gonna evolve. They're gonna evolve, excuse me, to 2 Ralts. They are a slower deck because this gives us an opportunity to really get our board state good and running. Okay, let's see where we're at. Nest Ball. That's perfect. We can try to get something on the board that will help us. I'm going to get the Chansey. And then I'm just going to evolve. I know we can't attack them that Mimikyu if they bring that up. But they have a hard time getting 280. They can, but it's going to take them a little bit. So we're just going to end our turn. We have a decent setup. It's not the best in the world. I'd rather have more evolutions out. But we did have a slow start, and this is a slow deck. So we'll see how they react. Gardevoir is one of the best decks in format right now. So we got to be mindful of that, and they'll probably have an answer to whatever we throw at them. But that's what that deck does. We are here just to show, can Umbreon stand its own? And we saw in our first game, yeah, if we can get set up, we're golden. So they refined. They're probably going to draw through like half their deck, knowing this. They only got one Monkey Dory in play. I know they've moved to 2 or 3. So we'll see which version this one's playing. So they got the EX out already. So they're confident. They're evolving. They're going to get the energy on board. They got, well, right now they have no energy in their discard, so they can't even do that. They need a draw. So let's see what they can do. They do have a nice board, but they're kind of stuck without having the resources to get their deck going. Kind of like with the theme of this week, resource management. They got a great deck, but without any energy for them, their main Pokemon, the Gardevoir, can't do much. So our turn, we got a Bidoof. I am just going to put that down, and we're just going to pass. We're having a difficult game, but so are they. If that card is not an energy, they're not doing much. Yeah, they got a couple refinements they can use. So interesting they went this route. See what card they refine. Switch. What they're probably going to end up doing is retreat, putting that energy in the discard. Okay, so we're going to get a fresh hand here. Glass Trumpet's nice and all, but we have no energy in the discard. So we can evolve up our Blissey. That's great. We have a Dark Patch. Not good for now. We got to research so we can get that Psychic Energy into the discard. Try to get a Dark Patch, or we got a Dark. We need to see what we can do. I would love to get an Ultra Ball off the top deck. See if we can get both the Bibarel and the Blissey in play. So I wonder if they're just going to attack us for 190. But with the Monkey Dory, if they get a Dark Energy, that 190 is more like a 220. Still not knocking us out, so that's great. Okay, so they're just doing the 190. We're probably not going to be able to attack with this Umbreon, which is fine. We'll lose it. Max Shot. That doesn't do anything for us now. So we will evolve toward Blissey. We could get a Tera Orb, but we already have our Teras that we want. I want a Nest Ball. I'm gonna get another Chansey out. That way we can start moving a lot of energy around. And I'm just gonna research. We'll get that Psychic Energy in the discard. Wish it was a Dark Energy, because now we got Dark Patch, but it is what it is. We will get a Bibarel in play. We'll get a Fez. I'm gonna get Town Store. I'm just thinning out my deck right now. Just trying to grab cards, because what we have is not necessarily the best. So we'll put the Powerglass on the Umbreon. And we can draw for one card. Let's see what that card is. Another, we have Crispin, so we can use that for next turn. Don't really want to move the energy. I'm trying to think what we should do. Maybe I can get that energy off. So I'll probably do that, because I know I'm not attacking. We're going to get that energy off. And then we're going to get a Psychic on there. Actually, I don't need that Psychic. No. They're going to knock this out anyway. I'm not going to waste that, because it's just going to go back in the discard. There's no need to do it. So you got the Dark Energy on the Monkey Dory. So they're going to start moving damage somewhere. I've never seen a Gardevoir playing Mew EX. Comment in the... Put a comment below if that's something new. A couple of my buddies are playing Gardevoir, and I haven't seen that in there. They're more going towards the multiple Monkey Dory route. But I can see the EX, Mew EX for draw. So you kind of have a decent draw engine in this deck. So I'm wondering what the appeal of the EX, Mew EX is in this deck. Because you don't really need the pivot, because you have the Gardevoir EX to help you with your energy recovery. So let me know why people are putting the Mew EX in Gardevoir. If this is new, if this is just there's a person trying something different. If they are, let me know how it is. Like, I'm playing against these type of decks at my shop, and I just like seeing the innovations. This is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna promote the Umbreon. Actually, yeah. But we got the Glass Trumpets, so I'm not too worried about the Mimikyu, because there's other targets we can go after. So we can knock this Gardevoir out, actually. Get rid of their EX. I'm not sure they realize what we can do. So, I am going to flip the script first. See if I can get... Okay. Trying to think this through here. I'm gonna play the Eevee. I'm gonna play the Glass Trumpet and put it on the Blissey. We're gonna play Crispin and grab Psychic and Dark out. Doesn't matter which we put in our hand, because we're gonna get this Umbreon powered up one way or another. I am just gonna put... I want to put a Powerglass in the Blissey. Then we're going to Industrious Incisors. Get the other Umbreon for next turn. And then we're heading for 320, which is more than enough. Yeah, we'll just do that. Do Moon Mirage. Get the 2 prize KO. I know they have practically an answer to this with the 11 card hand. But you saw how we were actually using items during this game. Use Glass Trumpet. We have the Happy Switch when we need it. I wish we can utilize Dark Patch. We don't really have Dark Energy in board yet. But if this gets knocked out, we can use the Dark Patch. But they brought up the Mimikyu, which is fine. We can play around. If we get a boss for next turn, we can boss up something. Because right now, they don't have Gardevoir in play to get anything going. They need that to really just put energy so they can attack us. So we're fine for now. Which they play Ultra Ball, so they're probably getting a Gardevoir EX, but it will limit their draw because now they only got 1 refinement. But they're pretty much through their deck, so they can probably live. So right now, we need to try to boss up that Gardevoir and knock it out. Slow them down, get down to 2 prize cards, and hopefully just use Onix to finish this game out. So let's see what they'll do. They can attack with the Mimikyu, but they're only putting 7 damage counters on. We can live for that for now. Oh, so they're not doing that. So they're probably knocking us. They're probably going to knock us out, which is fine because then we can promote probably the Fezandipiti because that has a 1 energy retreat cost. We can get Dark Patch for the Eevee because we'll evolve that up to an Umbreon. Kind of wish we played Toll Jammer, but then it'll shut off our Powerglass. Going against Gardevoir, we need to do something about these Toll cards, and there's not really anything right now other than not Toll Jammer. That's the old format. I'm talking about Jamming Tower. That turns off all tools on the field. So we'll see how much damage they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're hitting us for enough to knock us out. So what they're probably going to do is take that 20 pound to us from Adrenaline Brain. They'll have that to knock us out, and then we just really need to do a little bit of attacking. So they're softening up the Blissey, which makes sense on their end. That's a very smart call. Iono. God, they haven't played a supporter yet. Let's see how our hand deals with this, because we had a pretty decent hand. We got that boss. So if we can get an Umbreon powered up, it's going to be hard at this point. So I'm just going to promote the Eevee in hopes that we can get this set up and attacking. Okay. We need to think through this. And our opponent just concedes. I'm kind of curious about that, but we'll take that. They used their resources very well. This is another deck that if you want to really learn resource management, it is complex in the gameplay, but a great deck to help strengthen that skill in this game. And we did the same thing with our deck. We are hitting for weakness, so it does help us out. Maybe they thought we had it in hand, but we were able to use our Glass Trumpets that turn, use Happy Switch, and get our board state set up to where we can get to the point of just going through our deck and using the resources that we have that we put into our deck. So now we're at 2-0 for the night. I'm excited how Game 3 is going to turn out, and let's see if Umbreon EX can help us refine our skills and resource management and take us to a 3rd win for the night. Okay everyone, we're into Game 3 here. We're going to go for heads. For me, it never fails. I like choosing heads. Tails, we can't win them all. We'll see how the opponent or what the opponent chooses. We're fine really going first or second. We do prefer going first, and our opponent will go first, so we're fine. They can't item lock us if they're going first, so if we have a Bidoof deck, we are safe with that. Okay, so I have Crispin. So I want to start with the boosted evolution Eevee, because if we can get the Umbreon off the top deck, we can automatically get that going. Ooh. So this is going to be another item lock deck, but not Bidoof. Most likely Spidox with probably Venomoth, but we'll see, because they can trap us, which is not good for us because we have no switching cards in this deck. Well, we're going first, so we're going to play Buddy-Buddy. Let's get our board going. So we'll get a Bidoof and an Eevee. Let's see what we have in our deck. We got our Blissies and Chanseys. We got our Umbreons. We got the Eevee EX. We got a decent amount of supporters. We got our Dark Patches, our Ball Search. We got a Super Rod. We got a Tera Orb. It looks like we got a lot of what we need. We're not going to be missing out because of our prizes. So we'll get our bench going. I want to play down the Fez preemptively. No, I'm going to wait on that because they can... This deck is known for locking us for retreat. I'm going to play the Town Store. And I'm just going to get our Powerglass out. Thin the deck a little bit. That way, hopefully we can draw into something that is more useful at the start of our turn. So that will be our turn. We got a decent board set up. I wish we had a Chansey out. But we got a Crispin for next turn. They're going to set up Spinarak. So Galvantula. No. What is the evolution of Spinarak? I can see the card in the Pokemon in my mind. But this is a nice, interesting spider deck, and I believe they're about locking you in. Okay. Get an Iono, get a fresh hand. Our hand was okay. Let's see if we can get a better one. I would say this is pretty decent. I'll take this. So we'll see how this spider deck goes. I haven't seen this in a while. My good friend used to play Spidox EX back in the day when it first came out. He had a lot of fun with it. I believe he played it in a challenge and did fairly okay with it. So it is a good archetype, just not something you see every day. So unfortunately we don't play Iono, so we can't get that Spidox EX out of play for them. But they're probably going to get something else. So they got another one. So, and two. Okay, so they're good. So trap territory, yeah. So we're not retreating. So we need to be careful on how we use our energy and be able to move our resources around. So we are going to evolve, get an Umbreon. We'll play the Eevee EX. Trying to think through this. Get a Town Store. Okay. How do we want to approach this? I am going to put the lightning energy on because I'm hoping to get another Dark Patch. So let's research, see what we get. We got Glass Trumpet, so that's perfect. So we will evolve. Still wish we got a Chansey. It's unfortunate that we have not gotten that. But we will get this going. And we'll just pass. I wish we got the Chansey because we can move energy around. So with us not being able to retreat, well, we can retreat. Our retreat cost is going to be greater. But with having the Blissey, we can move our energy around and use our resources to make whatever we have an attacker. That's So they have a wire hang attack. So their attack does more based on our retreat costs. And we already start with a base of 2. So they have 3 more. So our retreat is 5. Plus the gravity gemstone. They're hitting harder. And they hit for weakness. Forgot about weakness. That is going to be our big downfall here. So this is going to be a tough matchup for us. And they still, oh, they whiffed. Okay. So we have a chance. We have a chance, guys. Okay. I'm going to play Arven. Try to get, I want to get a Nest Ball because we have that Blissey in hand now. And no more items. What's in our discard? Not much. Okay. So we are just going to get the Nest Ball, get a Chansey, or yeah, Chansey out. I want to save that Fez because we don't really need it out, and that could be our downfall. I'd rather have whatever we have here attacking. I know we have the Bibarel. If we have to attack with Tail Smash, we have to attack with Tail Smash. We will figure this out, y'all. So until then, I am going to... They get another energy, they're attacking that dude. So I'm just going to get this Eevee out, because that's not weak to grass yet. So we'll play Industrial Incisors, draw a card. We got another Arven for next turn. And we are just going to end. We'll see what they can do. They're kind of in top deck mode. If they can get a bug catching set or a way to get another energy, where this Umbreon is cooked. So we just have to try to outplay them. Another gravity gemstone, so they're getting their board set up. This spider deck is kind of scary for us, but they're not getting energy, so that's good. So we are going to evolve. Now we can move energy around. Okay. We're going to use Arven. We'll grab Tera Orb. That way we can get our other Umbreon out. It is a gamble, but they're going to hit us for knockout no matter what. So let's just embrace this. Evolve there. We are going to play Psychic Energy. And we're going to Incisors for 2. See where that takes us. Okay. Evolve that up. We are going to Happy Switch. Yeah, we're going to Happy Switch, get the Darkness on the Umbreon. We're going to most likely knocked out, but we're going to confuse them. So we have a chance of them not attacking us. So we're just going to Moon Mirage and confuse them. And hopefully that's enough to slow them down. Even if they get the energy, if they can get tails on their coin flip, they can do 30 more damage. So it's a risk. I think we'll be fine though. We have a max rod in hand. We can finally utilize this. We haven't used it yet. So, okay, they're attacking. Oh, they will go through. We knew it was a risk. 540 damage. 540 damage, y'all. I am doing the math, seeing what that is without weakness, because they hit us for weakness. 270, so they're almost one-shotting us regardless. So, let's see. Want to get another Umbreon out. I know we probably should go with the Blissey, but we don't really have the board seat for that quite yet. So we're going to play the Chansey. What's in her? So we can get all these cards back into our hand. Glass Trumpets have we used? 2. So we got one more left, I believe. So this is going to be tough. I need to make decisions. So we're just going to try to go for the attack here, because they don't have the energy if we can knock him out. So I'm going to do something kind of gutsy here. I am just going to get the... I have to put one in. I want to put the Eevee back in. I'm going to incisors. I'm trying to see what we can get. Okay, cool. Fez. I'm going to use Fez. Dark Patch. Okay. We're cooking here, I believe. We are cooking. We can finally use Dark Patch. So we're going to use Dark Patch to put onto the Umbreon. Because right now that's not getting one-shotted. And then... can't evolve that yet. We're going to use our Max Rod finally. And we're just going to get the other pieces in. And we're going to Happy Switch the Darkness Energy onto our Umbreon. We could use Arven, but we're kind of good with what we have for now. Unless we want to preemptively get another Dark Patch. How many do we have left? Maybe one more. So we could preemptively get that. I may just go ahead and do that, because they need Ionos. Or I could do Glass Trumpet, and I can put more energy in play. So I want to do that. That's better for our resource management here. And I think we're fine. Yeah, we don't have any more towns, any Powerglasses. So what we're going to do is we're just going to Moon Mirage, take the knockout. They don't have another Pokemon set up, so unless they have like Gardenia's Vigor, we may be good for another turn of just pure attacking. So Bidoof and Tera Orb, so we're fine. We got everything we need in hand. So hopefully they don't Iono us. We got one off. Bidoof. They're not retreating because Gravity Gemstone. Oh, they're retreating. They're switching. So they're going to item lock us. Kind of goes bad with our strategy here, but we can make this work. We're kind of okay for now. Okay, let's just see what to do here. So we are going to evolve, have 2 Blissies on board, so we can move 2 energies around however we want. So we're not retreating, unfortunately, so we're stuck with this Umbreon in the active, which is fine. So let's look through all our options here. I can either try to get that Bidoof and get another prize. We can try to go after the Spidoffs without an energy and kind of slow them down, make them use more resources. So that's what we're probably going to end up doing. That way we can go ahead on the, not necessarily go ahead on the prize race here, but we're going to put them in a position where they have to use resources to do what they want to do. So I attached to the Blissey. I don't mind just leaving it on there because that could be a nice attacker if we need it. So we're just going to Moon Mirage. Hopefully, and confuse them, slow them down. Try and get 2 more prize cards, get some sneaky prizes here. This matchup is making us think. This isn't a deck you normally will see. I am on the casual ladder. Okay, so they got the attack, but I made them use a switch. I didn't make it easy on them. So they're up in the prize race, which is fine. We're not item locked though, so we can use the Glass Trumpet and attack with the Blissey. And that's not going to be... oh no, actually. We're in a tough spot here, y'all. We really are. I'm just going to... ooh. I think they got game no matter what. So I'm just going to have fun with this. Let's show off Onix. They got game because of the 4 retreat cost. It's powering them up. They're getting us. I'm not going to hide that fact. So let's use Glass Trumpet. Get these two into play. We're going to Mirage Switch or Happy Switch. We'll put the Lightning Energy onto Umbreon. We're going to Happy Switch and put the Darkness Energy onto the Umbreon. We're going to have fun with this, y'all. We can Onix. Let's just go out with a bang. We're going to lose regardless of what we do here. So let's Fez, see what we can get. Maybe we can get another Glass Trumpet. Who knows? Crispin, okay. Let's see what energy we have. We have 1 Darkness. That goes straight to our hand though. Yeah, I think we're cooked, y'all, but let's just have some fun. Let's Onix, discard our energy, and let's take a prize card. At least we can show off what that attack does. Got our last Powerglass, and they're probably going to get us here. We probably could have attacked. What's the point? They got us. They're ahead in prizes. We're not going to knock them out. They can knock us out in 2 shots. If I were them, if they had a boss, I would bring up that Blissey or even the Fezandipiti. Just win. Go for it. Them thinking this through, we may have slowed them down a little bit. I probably jumped the gun on this. But we are in a tough spot. Yeah, so they got 2 grass energy. They're going to get another attacker set up. We weren't gonna be able to do this. Ariados, that was the other one. I wonder what that Pokemon does. Are they going to put that in play? Big net. Okay, let's see that. What does that do? Makes our they're adding more to our retreat cost. They got us here. 600 damage. That would have been 300 with the Blissey at the very least. They got us. We knew this, but at least we were able to show resource management. This was a bad matchup for us, and we held our own to it. So, Umbreon, you did your thing. You can't help with weakness. This is a weird deck. Maybe another candidate for Road Deck of the Week in the future. Haven't seen Spidops in a while, and reminds me of a good old Leafeon VMAX, if you remember that with Galar Mine. So comment below in this video if you want to see Spida EX. We'll kind of think of a deck. We may borrow this idea. We may go somewhere else. So let us know if you want us to do Spidops in the future. But yeah, that was game 3. Finished a 2-1 record. Not bad. Not a bad showing for Umbreon. So yeah, this was a nice fun game. Nice thought-provoking game. Alright everyone, that was Umbreon EX, and we were able to show off Moon Mirage and Onix several times, using the Moon Mirage to set up the endgame Onix play. It was a fun deck, help us really understand and really strengthen our mechanics of resource management. We were able to use items such as Glass Trumpet and Dark Patch to help recycle our energies and put them back into play. We were able to use tools like Powerglass to put them back. That way it made our next turn much easier. We utilize our supporters, our Arvens, to get those items, boss up the easy targets to get to a point where we can close out with Onix. Crispin to power up our our Umbreon EX, and research to go through our deck in that early game, so our supporters play an important role. Using ball search like Nest Ball and Tera Orb to get our Pokemon in play, Ultra Ball to grab our stuff, and even utilizing Max Rod. This is not a common A-spec, but this works in our deck because we can get the resources that we lose, put them back in our hand, and be able to chug along and go with our win conditions. And last but not least, Blissey is a great support mon to help with utilizing our resources. We don't have to have a lot of energy in this deck, and we can switch our energy around however we see fit to match the matchup that we have. So overall, this is a great deck that really identify the strengths and potential weaknesses of being good with your resources, using our deck to get stuff out and saving cards at the appropriate time, using our discard pile to really go through and cherry pick what we need at a certain time, and using our board, our Pokemon, to move our stuff around, draw when we need to draw, evolve when we need to evolve. This was a very fun deck to create. I'm glad that we can use this evolution to really focus on this concept in our How to Train a Rogue series. Please leave a comment, see what other decks you would think of would be good for resource management. I know I talked about the Gardevoir EX being a great deck contender for that, and even that Spidops EX, being able to use a weird strategy and make it full use. Even without the weakness aspect, they were one-shotting us. So our matches were very fun, very thought-provoking. As we continue with this series, I really hope that you're challenging yourselves in building these decks and not just go with the standard core cards of what we see out, but experiment with different cards, different A-specs, and being able to really stretch out these deck building muscles. I know I've been really enjoying this, and I can't wait to see how we will continue with this series and how us as rogue deck enjoyers will really find other cards to emphasize and really show off. And yeah, this is a great concept. Let us know if you enjoyed this series, and until next time, have fun playing those sneaky decks, y'all.